Hey guys, I'm Vienna, the insurance exam teacher. I help people pass the insurance exam. So if you are thinking about going into insurance as either a side gig because you just want a little bit of extra money, the insurance industry is perfect for that. If you are thinking about making it a full-time career, you want to quit whatever job you're doing now and go into this and make this a career, you can definitely do that. I can help you do that. I can help you get started. So whatever questions y'all have, go ahead and ask them and drop them down in the comments. I'm here answering questions for you, helping you with whatever step of the process you are in helping you get your insurance exam. So guys, welcome. Hey Kaylee, welcome. If you have any questions about passing the insurance exam, going into insurance, the insurance industry, feel free to drop them into the chat. Okay guys, so I help people pass the exam. And hold on, y'all. Okay, guys, so thank you all for coming on. Thank you for the questions. Hey there, welcome. I'm Vienna. I help people pass the insurance exam. I was actually live a little bit earlier, and when I went live, I did not realize that my computer had, or my phone had 5%, so I had to cut that off super quick. But I'm back. Like I did say I would come back earlier. Hey, me, welcome. So I'm Vienna. I help people pass the insurance exam. So if y'all are looking for side gigs or new careers or are already studying on your insurance licenses, drop your questions down below. I offer people a one-on-one tutoring service as well as 2 options for courses that you could jump on, start studying right away. You have access for 60 days. The reason that I offer my class for 60 days is because so many times I see people studying and they're studying forever. And I'll be like, how long have you been studying? 3 months, 4 months, whatever. You do not want to be stuck in study mode. You're not going to make money. You're not going to be working on study mode. You still can't do anything. You may be training where your trainer is getting money, so be careful for that. There's many companies and offices that work like that where you don't have your license yet. They're going to be like, well, get your friends, your cousins, whoever, set up some appointments, buy some leads, and let's do some training appointments where you're not getting paid. Don't do that, y'all. If you're in that situation or a company that says that, be like, no, I'm a study, get my license, then we'll start training so you can also get paid and points or whatever your company offers. I can't tell y'all how much that upsets me and how many people I've seen in that situation. It's also something that when I was 20, I started in the insurance industry. That is what they did to me. They ate up my warm market. I didn't know any better. I really didn't have anybody in the industry. There was no TikTok, Facebook, and all that was around, but it wasn't like it is today where all this information is out here. So anyways, I was in the insurance industry from the time I was 20 to 23. I loved it back then, but I quit. I became a full-time teacher in 2019. I went back into the insurance industry because I was ready to quit teaching before COVID. Then COVID came around. We all went into shutdowns, and I actually stayed in teaching longer than I wish I would have while I was doing insurance as well. And then because teaching was safe, right? During COVID, we were all like unsure about how things were going to play out and what jobs were going to be safe and whatnot. While I did really good in insurance at the time, insurance is one of the most recession-proof businesses, especially when people think that they may be unalived or whatnot. They're ready to buy policies and they're getting sick and stuff. As ugly as that sounds, that really was happening right about COVID, shutdowns, and all of that. So it was a really good time to be in the insurance industry in that time period. But I still stayed teaching. Thank y'all for the likes. Feel free to tap the screen and let's see if we can get this up to 100. We'll work from there. Anyways, guys, insurance right about COVID time was great. Teaching, I stayed there for the next 2 years and I taught 8th grade English and communications, and I was not happy as a teacher, but because of insurance I was able to quit. Thank y'all. Y'all are already at 87. Keep tapping and let's get that to 100 plus. That's awesome. So for the last 3 years, though, I've been helping people pass the insurance exam. I used to have an in-person class. Slowly, that in-person class turned into online tutoring and an online class where I've been meeting with people for a couple times a week, and they jump on my class. We talk about it. Hey, Coop, welcome. I know we were chatting a little bit earlier. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday for our one-on-one tutoring session. So guys, and now I've recorded all of my videos, which is something I actually did months ago, but the computer where I recorded everything like shut down, system failure, it all just crashed and everything disappeared because I did not back them up. Big mistake. But anyways, I was finally able to get around to recording everything again. So now I have them up on a program. You're going to get access to the program for 60 days, depending on which one you want to join. You're also going to get a one-on-one tutoring session. And I said I have two options for those. In both of them, you get all of the videos for the life and health insurance exam. You're going to get the PDFs, the study strategies, because if you want to pass this test, if you want to pass any exam, doesn't matter what you're doing, real estate, becoming a teacher, the PPRs, border patrol, nursing exams, whatever exam you're trying to pass, you need to learn and know how to study. You need to learn how to learn. That is what I teach my students. That is what I help them realize. How do you learn best? What strategies, routines are going to work for you where you're going to be able to sit down and literally be on the exam like, oh, 1 is B, 2 is C, 3 is D. That is where at the point that I get my students to when we're studying together. I make all of the complex information super simple to understand, and I break it down as easy and as simple as I could, which is something that I've always been really good at, but also I looked and developed as how can I do this? I used to teach 8th grade. I also was a special ed teacher, so I'm very used to seeing really complex information and breaking it down to as simple as possible and as easy to remember as possible. How do I handle I can't afford it, I need to think about it, as far as when I'm dealing with clients? Is that what you're asking about, Alex? Okay, so when I'm dealing with the client and they tell you that I can't afford it or I need to think about it, you do need to think about it. Yes, you do. You need to think about, what if something happened tomorrow? Will your daughter, will your wife, husband, whoever you're talking to, right? Will your loved one be okay? Like, I mean, if something happened today, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen. And if we get off the phone or if we leave or whatever, if you're in person today and you crashed on the way to home today, or if you crashed on the way to the grocery store and something happened to you, like now, are they going to be okay tomorrow? So if this price point isn't okay, let's figure out what is okay into your budget. And let's get you something today, because something is better now. Something is better, right? Something is better than nothing. So if they're like 150 a month and they can't do that, okay, well, how much can I get you for 100? How much can I get you for 50? Start them off with anything, and then maybe later on work with them, work with their budget, depending on how much you do as far as financial planning. Hey there, welcome. And then come back to them and like work with them and whatnot. But if they say that whatever price point you're talking to them at is unaffordable to them today, okay, well, let's look at the budget. Let's figure it out. Get you something cheaper that works within their budget, because you definitely don't want to get them on something they're going to go and cancel, because then you're going to get a charge back. They're not going to be covered. So it's just not a win-win. But if you sit down with them, really look at it, and then once you're done with that and you've got them covered, at some point be like, hey, let's set up a follow-up appointment, 2 or 3 or whatever you want to do with them, and let's work on your budget. How can we pay this off or that off or whatever for them, right? And then maybe 6 months down, a year down, go in and improve that once you've helped them work on their budget, or maybe pay off a credit card or whatever may be their struggle at the time. But yeah, it just depends, and that would be like what you do with them, and just kind of literally tell them. And I've made people cry, and I don't feel bad about it at all, because it's true. One time I had a single mom and we were in public, and I felt only a little bit bad, but she'd been telling me about her son, right? Her son was 10 years old, and she's telling me that she's alone. Her mom was an elderly already. I believe she said that her mom was in her 80s. She was about in her 40s. Thank you for the lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or for the likes, I mean. And I told her, I was like, okay, so if you crashed on the way home today, how is your mom going to afford taking care of your 10-year-old? And I made her cry, but she had to think about it. And she had been telling me a hard no. She's like, I can't, I can't, I can't. Then she thought about it for a minute. She's like, you know what? I can do like $50 a month. I was like, okay, great. Let's see what we can figure out for you and get you that at least. And to this day, she still has that coverage. It's not a huge policy and all that, but it's something. So if something were to happen to her, her mom and her son would at least have that bit of coverage that they have. Thank you. So that would be how I would handle that. That's always been what I've done. And guys, if you make them cry, if you really make them think about, hey, what if something happens like in the next hour? Because we don't know, right? What if this is like it for us right here, right now? And really get them in that state of mind, they will be willing to get something from you. And it's hard to think about. Nobody likes to think about it, but that's where we have to just kind of step in and be like, hey, that's sad. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we're all going to die at some point. I Googled it and we don't know when, right? Which is sad, but that applies to every single one of us. So it's important for sure. But that is how I handle that when I'm sitting with someone that might give me that objection. But yes. Miss Christine, how is your son doing? How's Tristan doing? Hey, Jessica. Thank you for the likes. So what other questions do y'all have for me, guys? So let me tell y'all. So I've been doing insurance since I started again in 2019. I've been teaching people how to pass the insurance exam now for the past 3 years or so, and now everything is online. Let me show y'all where to go. If you see this right here, this little banner that's on my forehead, insuranceexamcourse.com. If you're interested in my course, this is where to go. This is where to sign up for that. I have 3 options. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what the website looks like. I will, did I close it? So I never use my laptop like this, but I have one of these that you can like flip over, like bend over like a tablet. And I did close it out. And I never use it as a tablet, and it's super sensitive. So here we go. So here's the site, guys. I'm just going to go off of this. So what are the reasons you would want to go into insurance? Let me just show y'all. So reason number 1, it is a great side gig and it is a great career as well. So whether you want to go into insurance because you're looking for a side gig or because you want a new career, insurance is a great way to do it. Or this is a great place to go. I started it off as a side gig and I made it my career. I quit teaching with insurance. I was also doing digital marketing and affiliate marketing on the side. I've been doing that for the past 15, 16 years. So if you're interested in that, feel free to drop your questions, feel free to drop your comments. And if you want to see more content on affiliate marketing and digital marketing and whatnot, I can start adding some of that onto this page. But DM me and I will show you my page where I talk more in depth about that. But great side gig, great career. If you're looking to quit your current job, if you're looking to make a couple of extra $100 for like 3 or 4 hours of work a week, insurance is a great way to go. Affiliate marketing is a great way to go as well. So I've been doing that. Combination of that helped me quit teaching, which I was unhappy with. The second reason to go into insurance is that the average insurance agent makes up to $120,000 a year. So that right there, feel free to Google it. I found it on Google and that's what it says. Anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000 a year. And the hours that the insurance agents work are not anywhere close to what a full-time or even a part-time job person works as well. So guys, the ability to make 6 figures in 1 year with pretty much part-time hours because the pay is that good typically. All right. Number 3, the insurance industry is the most stable and reliable, guys. Even during a recession, we have people making hundreds of thousands of dollars. per month, per year, all of that. It's also very stable. Again, I was just talking about how during COVID, during the shutdowns, I did really, really well as an insurance agent and I was doing super good. And so were so many people in my office. Okay. Um, Everybody was scared. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew how bad COVID was actually going to be. So everybody was trying to get insurance, right? During a recession, we are down to our necessities, right? People are paying for the things that they need, and people need life insurance, and we know this. All right. So the fourth reason, y'all, is because of the growth and the potential for growth that the insurance industry offers. What does it offer? It offers you the ability to be independent. You can start your own agency, hire other agents. You can start your own business. Depending on what distribution system you start with when it comes to the insurance industry, you have the ability to eventually expand it and grow it. Hire your own agents. You're making residual income off of their work. You train them for a little bit, get them their license. Let me help you get them their license and get them started and train them and everything else. Once they're off to the races and they know how to get your clients, how to start working, how to do all of that, then you're just making residual money off of them. And you can do that through a insurance agency that does like an MLM structure. And no, they're not a scam. Yes, they are good. And yes, I recommend working with those types of companies because they are legitimate, they are good, and they work really well for the most part, right? Or you can go totally independent and work on where you can get the highest commission for yourself. Eventually, you can start an independent agency where you are the one at the top and you hire a couple agents and whatnot. But there's so many possibilities and potential for growth in the insurance industry, right? The fifth reason is because you get to help people. So if you're somebody who just genuinely likes to help people and you want to get paid really well on top of that for being able to help people, the insurance industry might be for you. So if you're empathetic and you genuinely like to help people, again, you help them, you cover them, and you give them something that they need, then then that is another reason to be in the insurance. So you have a book, want to know if it's good to study. Which book is it that you have, Becky? What is the name of the book? Is it one that was on my profile link? Because I do have a couple that I've recommended. If you go here and then you scroll up a little bit into the carousels and move the pictures over to the side, there are some books that I am recommending. Also, for the majority of the states or the tests, the insurance exam, everything is pretty much the same except for your state-specific section. So make sure you have a book for your state so that you can cover those questions and bit of information for your state. So what book do you have? Drop the name on there if you can, please. And I would love to give you a recommendation to help you study for your exam. Right now, I'm going over the reasons why somebody should be an insurance agent. The sixth one, we have great flexibility in insurance. You get to work from home, which means you get to work from anywhere, wherever you'd like. When I was teaching, I had to be in San Antonio. I had to be at school from like 7:30, and actually I made it there at like 8:15. My bosses were never happy, but I had to be there from 7:30 till about 4:30 all day long, stuck in the classroom in San Antonio. If I needed a day off, just like any other job, right? You had to ask for it. You'd take your day, you'd come back, whatever, or 1 or 2 days at most. Guys, since I quit teaching and have been doing insurance and tutoring people for the exam, I've been able to be here in San Antonio for about a month. I've been able to go to Houston for 3 weeks. And then after that, I went to the Valley for 3 months. And then I came back to San Antonio and I can be wherever I want. Okay, the Texas General Lines, Life, Accident, Health, Annuities, Leland Chant 2020. Yes, that's a good book. I do like that book. That is one that I do recommend. It is the black and yellow. I know exactly which is the one that you are talking about. That is a good book. 2020 edition, I would just double check some stuff for your laws just to make sure that that is still up to date. But overall, it's not that old and it's a pretty good book. It's good. Yellow and Black. Yeah, that is the one that I have. And it's probably about this big. It's like 2 inches big. And that is one of the ones that I do recommend. I love that book. It's a good study resource. Hi, Stella. So when are you taking your exam, Becky? You are super welcome. And if you are interested in some more resources next month, all right. So if you are interested in some more resources or in some one-on-one tutoring, I offer those services as well. If you go to this website, which is this right here, insurance exam course, and it's also linked up on my face, you will be able to go to this website and scroll down a little bit, and I can't even really see that correctly, but I'll just read what it says. So I have two options of what y'all can use to sign up with, guys. On here, I have a course for 150 and 200. Both of them are going to give you all of the materials. So you've had to buy it too many times. You've had to do the extension for it. Because I know that they sell you the plan the first month around, and then every month you extend, it's like cheaper. Yeah, so if you're doing that, I would recommend jumping on my course instead of doing that, so that you can get all of the information that you need. And then on Saturdays, every Saturday from 9 to 12, I'm probably going to be doing from 8 to 12 from now on. Actually, I'm probably going to extend it another hour. And it's central because I'm also in Texas. I jump on a live. All of my students come onto the live. We talk about questions you may have. We talk about specific subjects. We go over practice questions, and I'm going to tell you this is where this question, this is why it's A and not B, C, or D, and this is the word that makes it the answer correctly. So where can you get the info? If you go to the website I'm reviewing right now, insuranceexamcourse.com, it's right here as well. So if you type that into your browser, you'll go to my website right here, and you'll be able to see the information. And I know right now this is really bright. I'm not sure how to fix that or change that so it doesn't look as ugly on here, but you'll see the different options, and you can kind of see right there. Nope, that's way too bright. I'm trying to make it look better, but basically I have a $150 course, and that one is just everything recorded. It is the PDFs that you can print out and have. It is the breakdown of the questions. It is the study strategies and routine to help you really structure your study time, learn the information correctly, and internalize the information, with different little tips and tricks while you're studying that you can do. And then I also have testing strategies and tips and whatnot that you can do while you're taking your exam to make it easier. So the 150 course includes all of that with the recorded classes and the Saturday classes. And then my next one, my life and health insurance exam tutoring course. So I have my exam course, which is the option one, and then the tutoring course. It's all the same things, but in addition to that, you get one-on-one tutoring where we will jump online and I will give you that information. We'll go over questions specifically tailored to you, whatever you need, whatever you want to specifically review, things specific for your state. So we'll go over laws and things like that. Definitely, Becky. Thank you for the like. Yay, guys, we're at 500. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for that. So you'll be able to see that, either one right there. And you get access for 60 days to this information. And the reason I do 60 days is because I don't want y'all stuck in study mode. When you're just in study mode, we're studying, we're going to take the test later. We're not going to schedule the test yet because I'm not ready. That's what people say. That's another tip too. I tell people, as soon as we start, schedule your test, give yourself 2 weeks. That is my goal for y'all. So I give you access for 60 days with the full and total intention that within 2 weeks, you're going to go and take your test. And I know sometimes for some of y'all, this is a side gig. Y'all have full-time jobs, family, things come up and whatnot. So I tell y'all, hey there, gold, or is that cold? Cold. So I tell y'all 4 weeks. If you're doing this as a side hustle, you've got other things going on, other obligations. You should not be studying for more than 4 weeks. If you're studying for more than 4 weeks, then you're putting it off. You are not going to be making money. And you will not be able to start it. Okay, so it's a full-time job. If you're studying, you can't make the money yet. You can't keep going yet. So I need you to get on the ball, schedule it, and then we're going to study, we're going to take your test. So I tell people 4 weeks max, 2 weeks is the goal, 4 weeks max, depending on whether they're doing it part-time, full-time, and all of that. So in my course, I help them pass within 2 weeks. And then my third option is just one-on-one study sessions. Those are individual. Those are $60. It's 1 hour. I send you the PDFs to study with and whatnot during our one-on-one session. We jump on, we talk about specific questions you may have, specific topics you want to go over, study strategies, testing strategies, depending on how close we are to test date. Conversations and sessions are a little bit different. Like if somebody tells me that they have 2 weeks or 3 weeks, great. We're going to definitely make sure that you get your study routines. If you tell me your test is in 3 days, we're going to go over actual testing strategies. So in the test, I want you to do this and do that. And that's kind of how we go by it. So I get people the information they need, and there's this much bit of information, there's all this craziness, but I'm like, we're going to focus here because I want you to get your 70. I want you to pass and get your license, not stay studying forever, because that's not the goal. Hey guys, thank you for the offer to go live, but I don't go live with people. And yes, Becky, that's awesome. Are you doing something right now? Is it part-time right now and eventually you want to make it full-time, or are you just studying and you're full-time already? When I started, I was teaching. I was a full-time school teacher, and then eventually in 2022, I quit. So I've been doing this full-time for 2 years now. Hey, Hilda, welcome. So I didn't go into this like right off the bat full time. I wish I would have. I think it would have been okay, but at the time I was teaching, and again, that was right about the time where we hit COVID and we went home and we weren't sure what was going to happen with the world. And I was like, okay, you know what? Teaching is a safe job for now, so I kept it, but I feel I kept it longer than I should have. When I quit teaching, I was like done, and I'm still done. I go and tutor sometimes and not tutor. I go and substitute every now and then, but it's literally only enough to keep my license active. I really don't want to go back into teaching, and if I ever do go back into like full-time teaching, there's going to have to be some crazy circumstances that are causing me to do that, y'all. But anyways, feel free to drop your questions about the insurance exam, about studying, about the programs. Tell me, what questions do y'all have? Hey there, I have a user 4201. Welcome y'all. Sonia, welcome. Estella, welcome guys. Hey everybody. Curls, Mr. Medicinal. Welcome. So ask me your questions, guys, whatever questions you have about starting in the insurance industry, about getting your license, about the process, fingerprinting. That's another thing, guys. Get your fingerprints. If you are studying right now, and I don't care what insurance you are trying to get, or if you're studying for real estate, doesn't matter, because we all need to go through a background check. We all need to get that done. So go get your fingerprints before you take your test, because what that's going to do is you take your fingerprints today, they send it to your state. The state has to do a background check. And the thing that happens a lot of the times that I talk to so many people, I'll ask them when we're tutoring and stuff, did you already do your fingerprints? They're going to say no. And I'm like, go do that this week, because their boss or whoever told them, take the test first. Don't worry about the fingerprints, do that later. But what that happens is, let's say I take and pass my test today. Now I need to schedule my fingerprints, and I go and I do that tomorrow. But the state's going to take a month to do my background check and get me my paperwork and actually give me my license. When I could have done that fingerprints last week, studied for the next 3 weeks, gotten my license, and my background check and everything is done, it's cleared, and now I get my license in 3 days versus 3 more weeks after they pass. So go get your fingerprints done if you're studying, and that applies to you if you've done a PNC license, if you have, if you're studying for your PNC license, if you're studying for your life and health, for your real estate, whatever license you're studying for, get your fingerprints done first. Unless you're in Alabama. In Alabama, they're only good for 30 days. So the only bad thing is if you schedule it, get it done, your background check is good for 30 days, and then if they end up failing the test, then they're going to need to go get their background check again. That's the only state that I tell people to wait until they pass their exam. Every other state, we're good. Every other state, we can go ahead and get that done first. So guys, feel free to drop your questions. What questions y'all have for me? Hold on, y'all. Hey, Sabine, welcome. So, hold on, y'all. I'm checking on something real quick. I cannot. Never mind. It's not working. Anyways, I help people get their insurance license. So if you want to start a side hustle, if you want to get a new career, I'm the girl to help you do it, especially if you are thinking about getting your insurance license. Come and get your insurance license with me. It is going to be something that will help you make some extra money. If you've only got a couple hours a day, doesn't matter, a couple hours a week, you can work 3 to 4 hours a week and make about an extra $1,000 a week. That is how good the commissions are with the majority of companies. Now, talking about agent commissions, what you need to do is look for companies that are going to start you at good levels. There are companies out here starting people at 25, 30%. That is really low when there are other companies who are starting you off at 55% or 60% or even 100. So just kind of keep an eye out for that and where you can get a better deal, guys. Especially when you are studying still. If you are studying and you're with the company that you're like, I'm not sure about this group anymore, which I've also talked to agents about that as well. I had somebody who said that she felt uncomfortable with the specific group of that she joined. This company, I think she said, was in Austin, and she said that they were great, very nice people and everything, but they went to a literal church and they prayed before their actual meetings, and everybody was being asked to do these things, and she just didn't feel comfortable doing that. She said she didn't believe in it and didn't want to do it, but she felt she had to, and then she kind of felt pressure from the other people when she was opting to not do that and participate in that part of their meetings and everything else. And she was wanting to know, can I get out of this license and all that? I was like, yeah, because you still don't have your license. You still don't have your test. So she was able to get out of that. So it's another thing. She's like, what are the good companies? And I was like, wherever you feel comfortable and wherever you're going to get a good commission. So that's what I tell people. Hey, Mason, welcome. But guys, I guess the most important thing is just, who are you working with? Make sure that you feel comfortable with them. Make sure that you have a good opportunity and all of that, and that you're not, oops, sorry, y'all. Oh, what did I do? And we're going up. All right, there we go. My tripod just kind of wiggled and wobbled on me a little bit like that. Don't know what happened there. But anyways, those are some things to be on the lookout for. Does the company you're looking for or looking at joining offer you good pay? Do they work in an environment you feel safe and like okay in? Because she felt uncomfortable in the church where they were having their meetings. She felt uncomfortable praying and things like that. So those right there, major red flags. A company offers me hour pay first and then commission after I get the gig. What's your opinion on it? I mean, if they're going to pay you, if they're going to pay you per hour, like while you're training or something like that, while you're learning, I don't see the problem in that, because you also always have the option of saying, hey, you know what? After trying this job, after doing this for a little bit, I can go ahead and quit, right? Unless you sign a contract, just be careful whatever contracts that they make you sign. Maybe if you don't work with them for a certain amount of time or whatever, if they like make you pay it back, which they shouldn't. I don't think that's legal, but just kind of check your contracts and stuff. But if they're willing to pay you a specific amount per hour while you're training, a lot of companies offer paid training, not necessarily in the insurance industry, but just in general. So to me, it's just the equivalent of paid training. And then it's commission based after that. Well, Well, pay attention while you're working there and getting paid. Pay attention to the people who are already getting commission only. Are they doing good? Are they liking it? How much is the company turning over people? Are they sticking around? Is there people who've been there for years, or is everybody like 4, 5, 6 months in? Because if that's the case, then yeah, if it might be a red flag if you're talking to a bunch of people and the one who's been there the longest is 6 months or whatever, or less than a year. That might be an indication that it's not that great. Oh, sorry, y'all. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. The phone just rang. But yeah, I would just kind of befriend some of those people. Go be like, hey, let's go out and drink after work or whatever, and see what they talk about, see what they vent about when it comes to work. If they are not really able to or wanting to, or you go to drink with them and they're venting about sales or commission or whatever, then that's how you'll learn. Befriend people while you're getting paid and doing your training. Figure it out like that. I mean, it's a bit of a sneaky way, but hey, you gotta do, right? But anyways, what is your name, user 179 1709? And what company are you possibly going to be working with? Are you studying for your exam right now? Hey, MCT Magic 2, welcome. Welcome. Oh, I didn't. I liked my live. Hey guys, welcome.